Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to the internet and welcome to my channel. It's me, ODO, and I'm here to do another review for you. And today it's going to be a part 4, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, incoming. I've seen them all and I'm pumped for this one. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're back to do a review of Beverly Hills Cop, I guess 4, Axel F. I'm pretty excited for this one. I've seen all the old ones. I love Eddie Murphy. He's one of my favorite actors ever. Delirious and Raw are still 2 VHSs that I own. If you haven't seen his old stand-up, it's something else. But here we go. We're back, and the legacy guy, Axel Foley himself, has returned. And let me tell you, not everyone in this is looking great, but Eddie Murphy, he is looking great. He's still able to move well. He's like 63, I think, but he looks great. And as soon as it opens up and you get Axel, they're at this hockey game, you're like, wow, it's back. And I got to call it out right out the gate. The star of this movie, the soundtrack. Oh my God. The 80s is booming. When you hear Shakedown by Bob Seger come in, you're like, yes, I'm into this movie. And the Beverly Hills Cop theme is in there with several different versions, like remixes and updated. It's awesome. The whole movie, you're vibing with this. You get the tunes. You're like, yeah, what's up, Axel? Let's kick some ass. It's great. And he fights crime like he used to. He's solving mysteries and hilarious things are happening. They don't lean as much into the comedy, but it's a real good return to form. A lot of times when they bring back legacy characters, it's kind of like a pass the torch, or they don't really like him as much, but no, not in this one. Eddie's getting praised right out the gate. Axel Foley is at a hockey game with one of his biggest fans. And of course, it ends up in a, oh yeah, you get it, police car chase. Because it's Beverly Hills Cop. There's going to be a lot of those. Some of them are really well done. The explosions and the actions, they're cranked up to like 10. I loved it. The action scenes in this are really, really good, really well done. We get into a nice little mystery right out the gate. A nice return to form for Eddie Murphy and Axel Foley. So as usual, Axel's out, solving crimes, destroying stuff, getting yelled at by the chief. Paul Reiser's back. Typical 80s cop movie. It's not his buddy because his partner's not there. Reinhold's back and Billy is back. He gets some good moments, but he's not there right out the gate, and he's not in Beverly Hills. He's back in Detroit. So some things happen. He destroys some stuff, and then Paul Reiser ends up, retiring. He's pretty old, right? So a lot of these actors are, but they're all back for their final moments and things. So he kind of ends up retiring, sort of to cover for Axel. And then Axel gets a call from his old partner, Billy, and he's down in Beverly Hills. And guess what's going on? Trouble in the hills. And it involves Axel Foley's daughter. His daughter is a lawyer, and she's on some kind of case, and he needs some help. I'm going to preface this by saying I have never heard of his daughter before. She was a very different character. When we meet her, he goes on down to Beverly Hills, can't find his partner, ends up running into his daughter, but man, she does not like Axel. And you feel it right out the gate. Like, she's not nice to him. They're estranged. She says they haven't talked in a while. His charisma does nothing on her. She sees through everything. She's like an exact foil to him. I really didn't like her at first, especially. She has a pretty good arc. She gets better. But when she first comes in, I was really excited to see Axel back and in the groove. And she just undercuts everything right away. But it's an estranged daughter he hasn't seen in years. He might kind of deserve it. And I'm just going to throw this out there. I know, a lot of people are going to cringe when I say this, but, where's his son, Aaron?
Hands in the air now.
I know I ground you a couple of times, but damn.
Aaron Foley from the 2013 one. I like that TV pilot. Eddie Murphy was in it. Brandon Jackson's still around and kicking. What? He's only like 40. He's way younger than these guys. And in that pilot, he was the son. He liked his dad. He was trying to act like him, cracking jokes. I was really, when they first announced this, I'm like, oh, we're getting a buddy cop with him and his son. Maybe a pass the torch type thing. But no, his daughter is not a cop, and she is not like him. And she does not like him. But anyway, like I said, she comes around later. She has a great character arc. I just wanted Brandon Jackson. Al Pacino, baby. I wanted him and Eddie Murphy on the screen together. I don't know if they're gonna just pretend that didn't happen. I'm guessing they're gonna do that. They even Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in it later. They take a little swipe at the third movie. It's not the best one, and I know Bruckheimer didn't even do that one, so I doubt he even cares, right? But anyway, there was a few, like I said, a little swipe at it, but mostly they're focusing on going for part 1 and 2. And like I said, they nail it here. The aesthetic is perfect. If you watch movies in the 80s, I don't know if it's the lens, the film, or just the tunes, but this feels like it was made in the 80s. It's great. You're going to have a great time with the action. And Eddie Murphy's back. Once he gets with his daughter, he kind of tries to work things out. He figures out, the crime, the mystery. And like I said, a lot of the old legacy characters are back. We get a new villain, Kevin Bacon. As soon as I saw him, I was like, this guy is the villain. I know right away he's the villain in a lot of stuff lately. He shows up in a lot of movies to be the bad guy. Tremors is my favorite role for it. Maybe, some other things I like too, but I love Tremors, and I thought he was great in it. So he's great here. He comes in as a high-level villain. Almost comedic how obvious he is as a villain. It's the 80s, right? It's what it feels like, and pretty much what it is. He's an over-the-top villain making a bunch of money. He's an evil, corrupt cop. How will Eddie solve it? So as the story gets going, there's a whole lot of, all the old cop tropes, setups, and fake arrests and everything else. And his daughter used to date Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who is a cop in the precinct there. And I gotta say, his character, a lot of fun. He's like a psychiatrist type character, always trying to analyze people's feelings and things like that. And he doesn't really like him at first, but I gotta say, about halfway, maybe a little bit over halfway through the movie, him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt get in the car together as like cops teaming up. It's fantastic. Everything from there till the end of the movie is a joy. It is a fun ride. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt has a total opposite personality to him, so they're always disagreeing and fighting while in the car, but they're both cops. It was awesome. That's the buddy cop comedy I was looking for. You get it. You get it all over the place here. You get everything. They bring back legacy characters like the old chief. Paul Reiser retires, like I said, his partner's kidnapped, but you do get to see Rhino before the end of it, and they all get a good moment. They get a machine gun, a couple kills in. The old chief comes back. Everyone gets a moment in this. Eddie Murphy has lots of moments. Honestly, he looks pretty good. I think that, I don't know if they're going to keep going with these, but I know it's a Netflix one. It's not in theater, but I think he could. He looks good. His acting looked good. He was able to move well. Like, I just recently watched Bad Boys with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and like, I know they're only 4 years apart, but Will seems a lot younger. Same thing here. Eddie Murphy's a returning, but a lot of the other returning cast, they seem like they've aged not as well as Eddie. Eddie's doing great, though. Axel Foley looks good. You really believe the fight scenes. I like the conversations at the end, especially with his daughter, when they kind of come to terms and start going over things. It adds a really nice touch to the movie. And getting to see some of the big send-offs for everybody is great. I don't want to throw any spoilers in here, but there is a police chase car scene in the middle of it. And I will say the helicopter, which you'll see in the trailer, was a bad idea. And when you find out why in the movie, it's hilarious. It was definitely my favorite part of the movie. I was laughing. I was watching it with a couple of people. You can't go to the theater and see it, so I'd say try to watch with someone else who's seen the other movies. It's very nostalgic. That's what they're going for, and they nail it. I had a lot of fun. I'd recommend this to anybody who's looking for a good time. Watch a movie for a couple hours, have some fun, some action, a return to the 80s and things. It's a great time. One nice thing about it, like I said, some of the legacy characters come back. Even, Surge. I forgot Surge is back. He still looks pretty great. He was oh my God, yes, let's get this going. Oh, that's good. He's Belky from Perfect Strangers. He was great. I forgot he was going to be in it. When I saw him, I was like, oh, Surge. And he's totally flamboyant and just great. I love seeing his character. He was absolutely fantastic. One of the best things to see in the movie. Also, later on, love this. Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Foley are going around being cops. They end up on some kind of a golf course or something like that. I swear to God, Shooter McGavin shows up with the shirt and everything on and a caddy. Oh, I cracked up laughing. I was like, is that supposed to be Shooter McGavin? He's on a golf course. It's the same actor. I heard there's going to be another Happy Gilmore, so maybe Netflix is prepping it up, right? It was great, though. Overall, this is a really fun movie. You get a nice wrap-up at the end of the story with his daughter. You get a nice legacy moments for all the old characters. Everyone gets a chance to shine in it. And Eddie looks good the whole way through. And honestly, they leave it open. They could, I'm not saying they will come back, but they could come back. And in my opinion, they should come back. This movie is a blast. You're looking for a good time on the weekend or just any time at all you want to watch an old movie. Feels like a classic, respects the legacy characters, gives you a new adventure and another ride for Axel Foley. It's fantastic. Everyone who's looking for a great movie, go ahead and watch this one. You won't regret it. And honestly, if you watch this far, I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. And remember, everybody, stay out of trouble.